Welcome to day 22 of hiking the entire southwest coast path. This morning I woke up at YHA Penzance and sadly my shoes were still wet, so I had to bust out the waterproof socks. I got myself some breakfast, topped up my water and waved goodbye as I set off down through Penzance. I passed the Jubilee Pool, which was a lot bigger than I was expecting, and then spotted a house that I'd definitely live in. And next door to that was a 17th century pub, full of history, but it was way too early to go in. So I set off along towards St Michael's Mount, where I spotted a sign that said life-changing coffee. Obviously I had to get one of those, and just like that my life was changed, and so was the weather. But at this point it was just drizzly. At low tide you can walk along the causeway to St Michael's Mount. I've always wanted to visit. Here I met some of the really friendly staff, Claire, Katie, Jen and baby Brooke. They definitely get them working from a young age around here. Even though it's not quite on the southwest coast path, I took an hour to explore the castles, the castle gardens, and it's really worth a visit, especially if you get a little quiche after. Here I met lots more friendly people who have been following the journey so far. Speaking of journeys, I better crack on. I walked back along the causeway and through a little town called Marazion, and for once I was following a flat trail. Oh yeah, and here's Jane with a Y. Nice to meet you, Jane. With a real false sense of security, I bimbled along until I came across two benches, one overlooking St Michael's Mount and the other over Perrin Sands. Not a bad place to relax. After a visit to Bushville, Tennessee, I passed through Perrin-Uffno and enjoyed some great views along the coast. And out of nowhere I came to this money tree, and I tried to get myself a few quid for a hotel later, and I even drafted in some new friends I'd made. Along this section there were some beautiful coves and a very nice gate where if you rub the top it brings good luck. I'm just kidding, I made that up, it just feels nice. I walked along the top of Kennegy Sand and the flat trail had disappeared to make way for some more steps and hills. Just round the corner from here is a place called Praw Sands, if that's how you pronounce it, and I stumbled across a place called the Wello where a sign said pizzas £10 till 4 p.m. and it was 3:45. So guess what I got? Oh, and a bit of salad because I've not seen any veg for a while. And it turned out the staff here have also been following the journey, so they didn't even charge me, which is so generous. Pizzaed up to the eyeballs, I walked across the beach and two old friends joined me for the rest of the way, Windy and Rainy Magoo. And I know you can't tell in the video, but this wasn't a pleasant hangout. The waves were crashing against the rocks, the sketchy sections of trail were getting slippy, and I was wet through, mostly from tears, not rain. Eventually I could see Porthleven in the distance, about 3 days camel ride away. Speaking of camels, is it me or doesn't this rock look like one? After about 15 miles, I was actually soaked through to the bone, so I just embraced it for a bit and had a snooze. I think waterproofs are good up to a certain point, and today we passed that point. I know how you feel, mate. Anyway, luckily after 18 miles, I reached Porthleven and took shelter in this ship inn, which turned out to be a great little pub actually. After drying out slightly, I made my way around the harbour and spotted a sign. And guess who it was? Ellie's here after a 7.5 hour journey, greeted by heavy winds and rain. And you know what that means, no camping for a couple of nights. And this actually couldn't have come at a better time. We've got a few nights at the Pelorian Hotel on the Lizard, and I'll be doing some shorter days to spend more time with Ellie.
That's crazy. How are you hiking in that?